the lunchtime and at the end of roundtable. Now is turn of Riccardo Pietrabissa from Netval in this case. You already read everything about what he's going to say on Nova last Sunday, so you can use your time.
Okay. Thank you, Luca. Thank you, everybody. Indeed, I'm here to present some data from Italian experience and some suggestion from how to solve some of the paradox of Italian experience. Indeed, if you look at the so-called knowledge cycle, in which starting from the production of new knowledge, that is the typical activity of research bodies, and to the second step, which is to connect the research organization and the society in terms of defining supply and demand of new knowledge, and then to transfer activity, this knowledge in terms of new products, technologies, services, and so on, to obtain at last the valorization and generating the wealth. If you look at this four-step cycle, in which going from the production to the valorization, so from research to the wealth, this is as a very important and positive feedback that generates money and reward who is on the research side. In Italy, we have a strange situation now, because we have a very good production of research results, but not so good application. So the impact is not sufficient. So we call this a sort of paradox that we have in Italy. And I want to depict this with some data. The first set of data are kept from an international, very interesting publication that you can find on web, which is the International Comparative Performance of UK Research Base in 2013, which is a report prepared by Elsevier for the UK Department of Business, Innovation and Skills. And those data report that if you look at the number of researchers in thousands, Italy, as you can see, is a very low numbers with respect to other countries. And if you look also to the research and development intensity, this is made in terms of GERD. GERD is the gross domestic expenditure in research and development as a share of GDP. You can see again that Italy is in a very low position with respect to others. So we have a very small input in research. If you look at the output in terms of, for instance, articles for $1 million GERD, we are at the top, together with the UK and Canada, in a very high position with respect to many other countries. And if you look at the number of articles for researchers, we are the first. This is strange, you can not be aware about this data. And again, the citation for researchers, Italy is the first, with respect to many other important countries in the research area. If you look at the IP income per unit GERD, we are very, very low, negligible. And if you look at the number of disclosure, again per unit GERD, we are at a very low level again. And there is also another, the last one, strange data, which is the number of startup and spin-off. We are at the top, but a very, very small one, very, very small micro company that do not grow. So this is a sort of paradox and came from the published data. Now I want to show you some other data that come from the Netval annual report. Netval is an association of, Italian association of university and public research organization. The number of members are 55 university and 5 public research organizations. And every year, Netval publish an annual report about the activity and results in technology transfer. We start the activity in Netval in 2001, when the Italian government established the so-called professor privilege in Italy, which is against any comprehensive idea. You already heard about June that in US the Bayh-Dole Act started the activity in technology transfer, giving university capability to manage IP. We are now in a framework very difficult for us, which we have, for instance, this problem of the professor privilege. Anyway, which are the results obtained with this complex framework? This is the situation now in Italy, and the bars are colored. The yellow one represent the best 5, okay, the top 5 in terms of results for the particular figure. And the blue bars represent all the university that's answered to the question in the questionnaire. So the number of full-time equivalent staff that work in a TTO in university, as you can see, is very low. We talk about number 3, 4, 5, it depends. And this is what the board in the university intend to spend for promoting technology transfer. The best practices, as you can see, reach almost 10, 11 people for a TTO. The budget also is very low that university give to technology transfer offices. You can see that range about 2,000, 3,000, 300,000 euro for average university. The top 5 are very much reach 3 times, but again the money is very poor. Which is the number of disclosure. Number of disclosure represent how much the professor researchers like to try to file for a patent. So they go to the technology transfer office asking for filing a patent. And you can see there is a sort of, it's not a linear growing. The number again are very low, and the best cases range about 50 per year, 1 a week. The patent application, this is the figure, the best performer range about 20, 30 application per year. And this is a portfolio, the global portfolio of licensing, again, is very, very low. The number, the general portfolio of all the universities, it's about 3,400 patents. But the top 5, which represent 1/10 of all the university, has almost the 50% of patents. So there is a broad range of differences between universities, among universities. So let me give you some 10 points of short analysis about this situation. First, the Italian universities have improved surely their ability to manage the process. We start in the first 2000s of exploitation research results. But despite the development of this process, the results are still very different in quality and quantity from one university to another. And this shows how much is important, as already been said, the capability to the board to invest and to believe that this is an important process for the role of the university in the country. Very few universities show results that can be compared with those of the best European universities. The production of new knowledge in Italy is excellent, but is not properly addressed. The problem of addressing the research result to some application to generate impact is not so important for us normally. Technology transfer offices are managed as administrative structure. There is no strategic plan normally. So are managed as another office, okay? Administrative, bureaucratic offices. This is a great problem for us. Researchers are not trained to evaluate possible application of their research results and are not educated in patent matter. The system of technology transfer offices is extremely fragmented and are not specialized. This again is a problem that's been addressed. The specialization is important, and each TTO, despite of the small number of dedicated staff, manage all the processes in all the areas of research. The TTO adopt different rules and behaviors from university to another. And this creates a problem in relationship with third parties. The university do not manage the results obtained by the students. Students are in Italy outside of the processes. And this is a great problem because students are one of the main spring for new ideas and creativity. In Italy, is still, as Professor Privilege already said, the tenth is many spin-offs are too small and do not grow, not sufficiently capitalized, and very weak on the market. So these are, in general, the problem. Let me show you some ideas to go in different directions. We recently established this Research for Innovation, which is an agreement between 4 universities. The 4 universities is University of Bergamo, here in Bergamo, University of Brescia, of Milano Bicocca and Pavia. This is a group of 4 universities, important university in research, and globally they represent and have almost 2,700 professors and researchers. The idea is that to manage together this process in order to improve the impact in terms of critical mass and differentiation. So the idea is made on these 6 points. First, definition a common strategy. First, definition a strategy, and second, a common one, all together. Second, is definition the same regulation for the management of all the processes, both internal and external. Third is the definition of thematic expertise. We want to be able to be strong on a particular thing, both in the process for exploit research and in the field of research. Fourth is the creation of a global patent portfolio. So a number more significant that's in the present situation. Training PhD students and researchers and technical and administrative staff on patent matter, and enroll postdoc that come from research and are trained to manage research results. So no more a pure legal problem, but a more scientific and application problem. So let me finish with 3 points. The first is some open questions that are on the table here in Italy now, also at the government side. First, why a public research organization should patent an invention? We already say that for us it's important to publish everywhere. So publish or perish, you know very well. So why? And I will give an answer soon. Second, how a public research organization patent an invention. We normally use to patent to describe an invention, not to protect a product. This is a very important problem for us. You should avoid to think about how good is your invention, but what is the market that we have to protect. This is a key problem. Third, how a public research organization defend a patent. Normally, license. For us, it's important to defend licensing and not attack. How to use, of course, license or transfer. For us, it's important to license because, in the 5th point, it's important money. But for us, it's very much more important to participate in the development of the product. Obtaining a major link between university and companies, not to give out, but participate in the developing phase. For us, it's important. So, if you look at the first one, a patent is a government grant giving exclusive right to make or sell goods based on the invention. But public research do not make or sell goods. So why? In many cases where technology transfer offers is a very beginning phase, normally patents are applied for error. So there is a lack of evaluation. A very good idea, I have a patent. Why? Because it's a good idea. This is an error. The second normally is to generate portfolio. I want to have many patents. For what? For spending money probably. So it's not important to have many patents, it's important to have good patents. So lack of exploitation is surely a problem. Patents should be obtained to be used. And how is it possible to use a patent? To exclude others. But again, I said, university should not exclude, but include. So for us it's important not to exclude, but to license. And what is important for us to understand is a good technology transfer office is a license office. It's not for obtaining patent, but to be able to license. So license is the key point that should be approved. The last one, I hope to be in time. Of course. If you look at the research that produce disclosure, possible invention, and we go to file a patent, and we obtain granted patent, this is a normal, it's the first phase. For what? We have to think at a license, I already said this, and license is to go on the market to generate impact, but we like to license for partnership now. Because this is also an important point for reputation of university, to be able to follow the development of invention, not just to say we stop at the invention phase. And we believe that this reward research in terms not only of money, of reputation, collaboration, support, and so on. But also we grant patents in some cases to startups, companies, because startup company is another way to develop products, technology, and so on. Startup company may go directly on the market, maybe go in partnership with other companies, and again, this is important phase to reward research in terms of money, reputation, collaboration, and so on, grants. So this phase is a key point. It's not just the third mission, but is the mission of university. Should be done for social benefit. This is very much important. Money is a side effect of social benefit. We are a public research organization. Social benefit is the main goal to obtain as a side effect good money, good research, and good impact of our research results. Thank you.